For immigrants just released by the U.S. Border Patrol, the first taste of freedom on American soil is this bus terminal in McAllen, Texas. Here they enter in neat lines, clutching plastic bags containing the first and only belongings of what they hope to be their new lives in the U.S.
Thank God I'm here. I'm happy because I'm with my family.
This man and his 14-year-old daughter had timing on their side. They arrived at the border just after a government policy of separating families ended. Rather than enduring weeks or months apart, as did almost 3,000 families before them, the two were processed and released within days.
I think before, that was a terrible moment for all who went through it. But thank God we entered during this marvelous time that we can be together.
Despite the Trump administration's zero-tolerance policy to deter people from crossing, the number of families apprehended by Border Patrol remained above 9,000 in July. Adults who are caught crossing this border without their children are still being prosecuted for the crime of illegal entry, punishable by up to 6 months in prison. Every day, dozens of people are arrested and then taken to a federal courthouse where a judge hears their cases not as individuals, but in mass hearings.
As long as the push factors that are pushing these people out of Guatemala and Honduras and El Salvador, violence, death threats, insecurity, extreme poverty, as long as those push factors are there, people are going to keep coming because they're fighting for their lives.
Blocks from the McAllen bus terminal is a shelter for newcomers run by Catholic Charities. Here, children and parents receive a brief respite before continuing their journeys. They recognize their fortune of being together, while hundreds of kids who came before remain alone and in shelters. The government deported their parents and is still determining how to reunite them.
I do feel sorry for them. They must be sad. The parents left and the children stayed behind. My children have to be with me because they are my life.
These families will now catch buses to take them deeper into the U.S. Then they'll have to convince an immigration judge to let them stay, and most will be ordered deported. But for now, each step forward feels like a triumph.